What's going on, YouTube? Bearded Ford Tech. You are about to see the removal and replacement of an expansion valve on a 2014 Ford F450 powerstroke, and then a recharge of the system. It's blowing cold now. I appreciate it. Let's get into it. How is it going, everybody? This is a 2014 F450 with a 6.7 liter in it. We're having a little bit of AC issues here. You can see my hoses are hooked up. I already pulled 3.73 pounds out of this. This is an emergency vehicle, so it takes a lot. And it's got a new condenser in it. You can see that right up inside there. New condenser. Ford. New condenser. Alright. So what seems to be happening is it's still blowing slightly warm. And I hooked up the gauges to it before I sucked it all out. And high side was good. It wasn't fluctuating or anything like that. So that tells me my compressor is good. And the compressor is coming on. My low side over here, it was right up here about 70. And when the compressor kicked on, it dropped way down here to about 25. So what would cause that? Do you guys know? So possibility, low side pressure, the system is undercharged. Well, obviously no, the system wasn't undercharged because I pulled out the exact amount of Freon that I put in it. So the expansion valve or orifice tube, well, this one doesn't have an orifice tube. It does have an expansion valve. So what happens there is the compressor is running and it's trying to push the refrigerant or remove the refrigerant gas from the evaporator core, which is behind the dash. Okay, if it's stuck or clogged, it's not dispensing high pressure liquid. Basically, it's not dispensing it into the evaporator core. In other words, the compressor is trying to suck it out and there's nothing there to suck because it's stuck or clogged. Another reason kind of goes with that reason right there, is the evaporator coil. It's trying to suck refrigerant out of the evaporator core. If there's a restriction in the high side line and the high side line, then it's doing the same thing. It could be in the receiver dryer, it could be a crimp tube in the condenser or the accumulator or the condenser, or this goes back to the expansion valve. Now, this has a new condenser. The receiver driver is built onto it. See it? Right there. So it has a new receiver driver, it's got a new condenser, it's got new O-rings and everything. So the only thing left is going to be to replace the expansion valve, which is tucked way down there. So how do you get to it? Easy. Remove the fender well, or the fender liner, and it's right there. Let's shed some light on this there. See it? Right here. So I'm going to take that nut off. And then you guys are going to watch me replace it. All right, 13 millimeter. 13 mil. Ooh. I think we have a clog.
hear it leaking out of there. And I already evac the system, so. Alright, got the nut off. There we go. Just stuck my hand up through the top, pulled it off. So the top of the low side port wants to hit the EGR tube. This daggone thing don't want to come out. There we go. I'm just removing this to give me some more room. I don't even know if the new one comes with it. Probably not. Let's not drop that. And that's an E7. And then there's a 4mm and a 4mm. Oh, my new one does come with it. Sweet. Alright. 2 bolts are out. Let's see if we can get this bad boy out of here. The hose stuck to it, pulled right out for me. I think we're good up there. Gotta change these O-rings out. Alright, I got the O-rings changed. I got the 2 4mm Allen bolts tight. I'm trying to put in this stud right quick. New stud. How come every time I talk to you guys there's a siren going somewhere? There's that. There you are. My 13. Come on. There's the expansion valve replacement. Here's the old one. Put my low side back up. Vacuum. "30 minutes. 30 minutes. They're both open. That's going to pull it back in for another 29 minutes, and then I'll recharge it. Alright, so I pulled it back in for 30 minutes. It's telling me to close them, but I'm actually about to charge the system. Whatever. See, pulled it back in for 30 minutes.
I want to charge it. Standard 4.25. This is an emergency vehicle, high pressure. You should see these gauges. I like how it tells me my tank temperature too. You hear it going in. .24. So let's get this charged up and don't hear nothing leaking down here. I hear Freon going in here. This thing charges pretty quick, but evacing it takes a minute. And then if I have to switch over to 1234YF for a different vehicle, it has to go through this whole cycle to clear itself out. It's going to tell me to close the low side, or excuse me, the high side. It's going to tell me to remove the high side, but usually I just close it. See? Now disconnect the high pressure. Start AC system with low pressure coupling connected. Let's go start it. AC's on max. That's cold. Max. Oh, turn off. Yeah, cold. Cold now. This thing's got 313,275 miles. Now we got some cold AC. So our expansion valve was clogged up. I appreciate you guys. I love you, and I'll see you on the next one.